says we're connected. As of right now,
A great marijuana, that is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
Marijuana is referred to as Mary Jane, pot, weed, or tea.
That Michoacan, man, Acapulco Gold, man. I even smoked that tight stick.
We're smoking reefer.
The realest thing smoking on the internet. The Podheads Webshow.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's 420 on a hashtag Weed Wednesday.
Yo.
You're in the cipher with the Podheads. I'm your Commander-in-Chief, Frank the Tank, and as always, I'm hanging with my very best bud, JB Perez.
Yeah, what's up? It's JB Perez and Frank the Tank in the cipher. Happy Weed Wednesdays to all of y'all at Podheads Webshows. Get it right. All our social media handles are the same. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're going to be on Twitch. We coming. YouTube. Shout out to you guys, our fans. Thank you so much. WJHN102jams.com. Joe Boy. Thank you, sir. Our radio host over there. And yeah, we're in the cipher. Check out the new look cipher, guys. I'm excited.
That's right. You heard it, folks. WJHM102jams.com.
Yep.
Thepodheads.com. Podheads on all social media. At Podheads Webshow on all social media. Google us. We're there. Get the app. It's free. WJHM102jams.com for Apple or Android. We've got over 80 episodes on there. Tons of content. Great interviews. Fun games, trivia.
Yeah.
It's always a blast.
No
here in the
excuse
Cipher. Always
if you
a
want to
blast.
hear the Podheads. Get
No
us.
excuse. So
None.
look for us. And as you can see, we're doing this live.
Yep.
We're experimenting a little bit because it's new to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is literally the first time we're going live in this format. We got us a new Roadcaster Pro,
Shout
which
out.
is badass.
Hell yeah, it is.
Shout out to Fred Leonards from the Subprime Hero from
Car Guy Coffee Podcast.
the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Shout out to those
Big
guys.
ups.
Check them out. Changing the car game. Period. Shout out to the sneaker division. Those guys are changing the sneaker game. Jeremy Cash and all those
sir.
guys. I'd spend the whole episode giving shout outs if I could. But like we said, the Podheads Web Show. Google us. You'll see all the people that we talk about on our episodes, and we'll have a good time. Today's going to be fun, though. As you can see, we got some new digs, new setup. We've got to get some more fancy stuff going on. But
Bear with us.
Yeah, we'll change all that. Today's going to be fun, though. We're going to talk some interesting things.
Okay.
We've got Chipotle is doing a big giveaway tomorrow. So
Yes.
we wanted to get this out tonight so we could talk about it because I think you're going to be interested, whoever you are. We've got Jon Jones versus who? Dana White, Francis Ngannou, Conor McGregor. Who? Because,
world.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. Georgia is passing a bill that could affect the way we look at time for the rest of our lives here as a country. And we're also going to talk about Deshaun Watson and the latest going on with that whole, rubbing tug
Yeah,
scandal.
too much rubbing going on. Yeah, I would say so.
But before we do this, you know how we do? We smoke. And we're going to do this as we always do, kind of a special way today, right?
Yeah.
We've got the Weed Wheel of Destiny, working title, right? But essentially, as you can see, we've got everything from smoking out of fruit, smoking dabs, pens, rolling joints, anything, edibles.
Question mark, too, surprise.
We have it all here in the cipher. So we're going to give the wheel a good spin here and find out. Leave it up to Destiny. What are we smoking
we
here?
always smoke our own shit. We're going to let the guys tell us what to do.
Hopefully it's not because we don't have we forgot to grab some pens. We don't have a drink.
Problems.
But we'll have everything for next episode. Give it a good spin, JB.
I'm gonna give it a good spin, and it's going to give us what we have here because we have greens. That's about it. I think that's what we got.
Edibles. All right, we got
Edibles.
some edibles.
Okay.
I'm gonna run and grab the edibles while JB breaks things down for us.
Sure.
But you know what? We do this as we always do. We're gonna start the show with some edibles. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
All right, go ahead, get the edibles. Go to the kitchen. I'm personally not a huge edibles kind of guy because I never know what it's supposed to do to me. Like, I've been smoking for so long, I have such a high tolerance that I don't even know if edibles work for me. But I know of people who say edibles is life-changing to them. So anyways, let's get moving. While he gets the edibles, what are we talking about today? Chipotle. Chipotle is literally one of my favorite restaurants of all time, Frank the Tank. I'm talking to myself here. I actually used to work at Chipotle growing up. Not even growing up, like in my late 20s. Actually, when I first started smoking weed was my, when I worked in Chipotle. Not that they're connected, but I'm just throwing that out there. It's history for you. So
Chipotle is definitely munchy food, and it's healthy. I like munchy food that is relatively healthy.
Okay.
I don't know if it's that healthy, but rice, beans, chicken,
it's the healthiest of the fast food chains, if there's such a thing. Like, if
Sure.
I have a choice, I'll probably go to Chipotle every time just to be healthy, on the healthier side. I can't do that only.
I got you.
Anyways, yeah.
As we always do, though, let's talk about these real
here we go.
quick.
He's back.
We've got some, and I don't want to get sued here.
No, we're not.
We've got some peanut butter cups here.
Okay.
Some Weeses? Weeses? Some peanut butter cups here. These guys are 600 milligram, so we're going to try these out.
Okay.
You'll have to excuse us. Like I said, we're live, so we've got people jumping in the chat. We've got people
Shout out to
hollering
y'all.
at us.
Appreciate
Shout out to
that.
anybody out there. And we also have some of these bad boys.
Oh, that's what I
Right.
want to try first. Sours.
Right.
Sours.
Right there for that ass.
And you won't
Jolly Rancher
you
gummies.
won't get sued because it's clearly Weese's, and you know what I mean.
I don't know if that's the same spelling or not.
Gotta be
But
careful.
we'll call
there.
it jolly as in just being happy.
There
Jolly,
we
right?
go.
We're weed.
There we go.
Weed
Okay.
jolly.
Go ahead, open it up.
So
Let's test it
what are we
out.
testing? What do we want to do? The gummies?
Open it up, yeah.
I'm a
let's do
fan of the gummies.
The sour
yeah.
ones too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was just telling everybody out there that I'm such a high tolerance kind of guy that I don't expect anything to happen to me tonight.
I'm the same way.
You know?
These are straight out of California, 600 milligrams. Let's give it a shot. JB, have one
Okay,
or two.
I will have one or two. I would down the whole bag, but you know. Yeah, how it is. All right, 4 of them fell into my hand.
Jesus,
so I'm
that's half a
sorry.
bag. Give me 2 of them.
There you
bitches.
go.
Jesus.
All right.
This guy.
Woo!
All right, so we're
Okay.
gonna drop a couple gummies here.
Yeah.
First impressions?
I love it. I love. Okay, wait. As I say that, I taste just a note of weed in there right at the very end. But the first bite was candy.
Oh, delicious.
Delicious. It's candy.
Are you
to
kidding me right
I can literally down that bag.
now? Yeah, I could kill this. No, not even trying to get high. And as you know,
Very
Sorry.
chewy though. I know. We're
my
like.
parents taught me better than this, but
That's funny.
yeah,
Super
pretty
chewy.
damn good.
Super
We're gonna
chewy.
smoke through this episode too,
Yeah.
but we're starting with the edibles.
Okay.
Let's see where that goes. I have noticed that certain edibles, if I eat on an empty stomach, not so bad. You know what I mean? Not so bad. Can give me a little,
Stomach ache.
no, not stomach ache, but give me a little baked. A little baked.
Interesting. Okay.
But not much. Just make me feel a little bit. But the same for you. I have a high tolerance, so I hardly ever feel anything.
Yeah, I would have to eat
Yeah.
like a chocolate bar for breakfast with my coffee. I feel like to be able to get the effect
Yeah.
that everybody talks about. So anyway, we'll see. I'll let you know. If I start screaming or laughing or drooling, then you know the edibles have probably already kicked in. All right. If I'm a little extra,
yeah,
than
we
I
always
normally
get a little
little funny, a little
halfway through the episode.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
started getting a little crazy.
Absolutely.
That's how you know. Okay.
So we're gonna talk some interesting things today. We're gonna talk about
Yeah, we already talked about Chipotle. I already started the story. You know what I mean? Chipotle.
Might as well, right? Might as well. Okay, so Chipotle is doing something really interesting, and I want to pull up my page here so I get all the facts for you. But essentially, Chipotle is giving away 220 million. Excuse me. Chipotle is giving away $25,000 in Bitcoin.
Woo! No, it's more
And
than that, I
Bitcoin.
believe.
In Bitcoin, okay? And this is tomorrow, all right?
Tomorrow, Thursday.
Yeah, you're right. Excuse me, $100,000
There you go.
worth of Bitcoin. Excuse me. So basically, what's going on is Thursday is National Burrito Day. That's tomorrow, folks. If you like burritos, tomorrow is the day. All right, so Chipotle is giving away $100,000 to commemorate National Burrito Day. Here's how you get down. You got to go to burritosorbitcoin.com.
Okay.
Burritosorbitcoin.com. Very simple, folks. From there, you get, and you got to do it between noon and 9 p.m.
Okay.
So from lunchtime till close, basically, Chipotle is running this contest. Burritosorbitcoin.com. You get 10 tries. 10 tries to guess a 6-digit code. Okay? If you hit that 6-digit code, you could win up to $25,000 in Bitcoin for
okay.
one person. Okay.
Okay.
They're also giving away $100,000 in food. 53 people could win Bitcoin. 50 fans are going to win $500 in currency. 3 will win $25,000.
Hey,
And 10,000 fans are going to win a free burrito. So either way,
okay.
you're gonna get something, right? At least just over 10,000 people are going to get something for this contest.
I mean, just the burrito itself. I was telling the fans out there, I'm a burrito fucking connoisseur here. I will tear up a burrito from Chipotle. So that in itself on Burrito Day, like if Chipotle just say, hey, free burritos for everyone, I would line up. But this whole Bitcoin thing is, I love it because you and I, we're bullish on Bitcoin. We think Bitcoin is the motherfucking future here.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know if you're gonna tell the story behind it, but the idea came from the guy that actually lost his Bitcoin wallet or his password to his Bitcoin wallet. If you don't know, years ago, this guy bought Bitcoin when it first started. Put it in his digital wallet and wrote down his password. 10 years later, 15 years, I don't know the particulars, but it's worth $220 million. My man lost the password, and you only get 10 tries before you're locked
hold on.
out.
So you're telling me this guy lost his shit forever?
Was locked out.
Bro, I get locked out of my Gmail about once a week, bro. I've got so many damn passwords changing. So I don't know what I'd do. I might lose my shit.
Yes.
If I fuck
$200 million? Are you kidding
That's like
me?
losing your lottery ticket when you hit.
Oh my God. I do believe that he had a lot of publicity come from that because people are like, oh my God, tell me your story. And I believe he's a CEO now of a company. So he flipped that into something. Probably a smart guy. Yeah. But still, he says he came to peace with it. I would my deathbed. I would just rolling around.
Yeah, I'd be rolling out of my grave.
I remember it. Like imagine when you're dying and you remember the password.
Absolutely
but
not.
It's
but this is the first time. This is the first time that that Chipotle or that any company is doing a contest where they're giving away Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. Now we're up against it on break. We got to go to break. But it's obviously very it's a big deal. Yep. It's a big deal. The first time any company's giving away Bitcoin, which obviously bodes well for the future of Bitcoin, right?
It says precedence. You know me, I love precedence. When one does it, another one's gonna do it, and so on and so forth. Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin.
All right, guys. Look, we gotta take a quick break. Those of you who are watching live are gonna be here in the cipher with us still, so we'll take the time to kind of shoot the shit with you guys. But we gotta pay some of the bills on the radio, and because we're doing this at the same time. So we'll be right back here in the cipher with the Podheads.
Yeah.
All right. You're back in the cipher with the Podheads. Again, once again, your Commander-in-Chief, Frank the Tank, your Sherpa up the mountain of highness, JB Perez, the main man, Mr. Jazz Bar himself. Yes. Guys, we're doing our thing live here in the cipher, thepodheads.com, all that good stuff. Yep. But let's get into it. We're talking some more stuff. You know, we got the weed in the air. We're doing our thing. But again, this is a lifestyle show. This isn't about two guys smoking weed. This is about entertainment and what's going on in the world from the eyes of a podhead, right?
Can I live? Can I live?
Can we live? Can we do our things? Your dentist smokes weed. Yes. Your politicians smoke weed. Your 5-year-old's teacher, she smokes weed.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, guys. But anyway, we talked burrito or Bitcoin. Don't forget.
Get your burrito tomorrow.
BurritoOrBitcoin.com. They're not paying us. We're just fans of the burrito. Chipotle, right? They're doing their thing right. So I'm going to be on there. I'm going to go to BurritoOrBitcoin.com between 12 and 9 tomorrow. And I'm going to try to win me some Bitcoin.
At least a burrito.
Or a burrito. Yeah. Yep. And no, they're not accepting Bitcoin for payment.
Wait a minute. So what the hell is this all about? Listen, it's just baby steps, just like the Podheads are doing here live. Baby steps. Bitcoin will be the future. You'll
Yes.
wait and see.
Yeah, and like you said, Baby says we're doing it live. It's rough. This is rough. We're working on it. Anyway, Jon Jones. We want to talk UFC because this was kind of a big deal, right? In future episodes, we'll have graphics and stuff up, but today we're just kind of shooting the shit because we wanted to just make sure this worked, essentially.
Yep.
But this is episode 63.
83.
Excuse me.
kidding
This is
me?
episode 83.
Woo!
So yeah, we've got a full year, almost
Plus.
almost 2 years worth of episodes. We're doing this every week for y'all. So make sure you guys are subscribing, liking, all that good
Yeah.
stuff. Jon Jones. All right. Synopsis. Okay. For the last few months, Jon Jones the UFC has been teasing a fight between Jon Jones and the winner
Correct.
of the heavyweight championship, Stipe Miocic and Francis Ngannou. Correct?
Yep.
So, for months, big hype for this fight,
Who?
right?
Win? How?
Yeah, right? So, who's the pound for pound heavyweight champion? Everybody believed it'd be Ngannou, and of course, no spoilers. You saw it.
You saw it.
Ngannou won, right?
Crushed them. Sure.
But a lot of people believe that Jon Jones don't want the smoke.
You don't want no heat?
You don't think so?
African smoke, bro? Hell no.
You don't want that Cameroonian
Nah, bro.
fire, bro.
Hell no.
So basically, Dana White on the night of the fight. If you didn't watch the post fight presser, on the night of the fight, Dana White said, "Look, Jon Jones could talk all the shit he wants about wanting to fight, but does he really want to fight him?" Jon Jones responded, not very happy, basically saying, "Look, you and me had beef for a long time, Dana White.
Sure.
Now you're trying to sit here and tell me I'm scared. No, I'm not scared. I want to get paid for my talents, right?
Okay.
I want to get paid for this fight."
Not lying.
But apparently, between 8 and 10 million is not enough.
Not enough.
According to Jon Jones.
Okay, now you're acting like a prima donna right there. $10 million. I don't know the facts. How much did Conor McGregor make in that fight? What is the biggest purse in UFC history? I wish I had my facts, but it's not $10 million a fighter. I'm almost certain about it. That's what I'm telling you. He don't want that smoke. It's going to cost him $20 million to get a nose job after Ngannou pretty much breaks it. Okay? Jon Jones is not afraid of nobody, right? He's a fighter. He's a UFC. He's probably one of the greatest ever, if not the greatest. So he's not afraid. But he saw Ngannou like everybody else saw Ngannou. And you have to have
See,
self-awareness,
that's what I was
right?
thinking. That's what I was thinking. In the fight, right? You're thinking, okay, Ngannou, he's a beast. He's knocked out a couple people. I'm a little bit more skilled.
Right.
But then he fights Stipe, who has been the man, who was before that fight,
The GOAT.
being talked about as the greatest heavyweight champion of all time, right? Now, fast forward to last week, Ngannou knocks him out with a early in the second round punch.
Right.
Lays him out, bro. Lays him out. And you're telling me that Jon Jones didn't get a little bit of hair standing up on the back of his neck?
And it's not even just that, because he's been knocking out dudes since he's been in the UFC. What he did well was everything else.
Yeah.
Was the patience, was the cardio, was the wrestling defense, was the wrestling, was the ground and pound.
He worked hard.
We worked really hard.
Yeah.
He said that this is the hardest I've ever worked. So basically, all the things that Jon Jones would lean on to attack him, because he can't stand with Ngannou.
No, come on.
Ngannou's working on it. We saw it. He is the world champion for a reason. Jon Jones don't want that smoke.
So you think
bro?
you think Jon Jones is scared? Legit. All right. In my opinion, here's what I'm saying.
Scared I'm gonna get hurt?
Here's what I'm saying. You have to protect your ego.
Okay.
Right? So Jon Jones says, I want to fight him for the right amount of money.
Okay.
Let's see how far I can push UFC to get this money.
That's very
right?
Conor McGregor-ish.
Right?
Yep.
So now, I really don't want the fight. So I'm going to try and put it on the UFC, telling them $10 million, bro. No, I don't think any UFC guy
think so.
has ever made that much money. I don't think so. Conor McGregor had to go into boxing to make kind of money like that. So my point is I think he's asking for a ridiculous amount of money that he knows is not going to get paid by UFC. And
So he can deny?
Exactly.
Plausible deniability, right?
Yeah.
Built-in excuse, put it on the UFC. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. You've been talking shit for 2 years. You haven't fought in 2 years. You talked shit to Adesanya. You talk shit to Fulano. You talk shit to Dana White. You're talking shit because you're ready to fight. Here's the fight. Is $10 million a lot? Yeah. Is he probably going to get paid it? Yeah, bro. I think the UFC will almost do anything to make this fight happen in Africa, in France. The money would be outrageous.
Jon Jones said he spoke to the UFC lawyers, and they offered 8 to 10 million, and he told them take a walk, basically. Now he's waiting for UFC to come back
with a counter offer here.
What are they supposed to come back with?
You're
paying
what?
50 million, 20 million.
Yeah, what are your expectations
How much
here?
is enough? How much money is enough for Jon Jones to fight? How much would you take to fight Francis Ngannou?
If I'm Jon Jones and I have the confidence he has, he's just tall, lanky. He has an arsenal. He can beat Francis Ngannou in the best of days. Like there is a path to victory for Jon Jones.
Hold on. So you think Jon Jones has the skill set to beat Francis Ngannou?
Johnny Bones Jones. We watched him for 15 years.
Okay, I think yes. Skill wise, yes. I just don't think there's any chance, bro. The size, the strength.
Oh yeah, man.
Like what? You kick him and punch him and run away?
That's what in my mind. That's what I see. I see Jon Jones likes to do these leg kicks to the kneecap, but can you stop the bull rush? Right? Can you stop the big Cameroon heavyweight champion of the world?
He weighed in at 265 that night.
265. Isn't it like 260 the max or something?
Getting chills just thinking about it.
265.
How much?
All right,
hold on.
Shredded.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Good to go.
How much you, JB? How much does JB take
Perez
to get? By the way, Derek Lewis says, "Shit, I'll take 8 million to fight Ngannou."
What? You know what? All right, go ahead, Jon Jones. Keep fucking around. Keep messing around. Keep talking shit, right? And miss a fight because Derek Lewis will gladly take $8 million. And that's a decent fight. That's probably the next fight after Jon Jones. He's ready, but he don't want that smoke.
Well, who else
either.
is there?
Nobody.
Who else is there? Honestly,
Nobody.
I mean, this is a big problem that the UFC is facing right now. Amanda Nunes, Francis Ngannou,
who can beat her?
Kamaru Usman,
who can beat him?
Israel Adesanya.
Who can beat him? You're absolutely right.
There's no competition in any of these weight divisions right now. There's none. The only fights right now that anybody wants, we're talking fucking
Nate Diaz is coming back.
and Conor McGregor.
Yeah, you know?
Maybe a BMF rematch.
That is
between,
a great point.
Yeah.
You know, that works to Jon Jones's benefit because why not? I'm just gonna sit here and see pay me because there's nobody else coming through. Who else is gonna take
So
my
you think
spot?
that's better for Jon Jones?
In the conversation we're having of like, I'm gonna sit here and put it on the onus on them, yeah, it works in my favor because no one else is gonna take my place.
Let me ask you this. This might sound crazy, right?
I want to see that fight.
But how do you feel about a Brock Lesnar return for Ngannou? Remember that they were talking about Bones and Brock fighting for the longest.
Exactly.
But and I know and when it comes to MMA, right? I don't think I'm not saying this thinking that Brock Lesnar can really hang with Jon Jones. I'm not Jon Jones with Ngannou. But as far as formidable looking fighters, who else are you going to stand across from Ngannou and not look like that dude's about to get destroyed?
Derek Lewis is probably the biggest guy, but he has no gas tank. I don't think Derek Lewis can do anything to Ngannou that stops him or scare him. So yeah, to your point, if you want, I don't like calling it a freak show, but anytime you're talking Brock Lesnar and MMA, it feels like a circus. It feels like a money grab. It feels like, a freak show. But shit, I would like to see that fight too. Ngannou, Lesnar, Jon Bone Jones said he wanted to fight Lesnar last year or a couple years ago. So you understand my point? Like, yeah, Jon Bones sounds like he's making a lot of excuses. I expected him to be ready to go when Ngannou won. And no, he's like making excuses. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I have no idea what's going to happen. I want to see that fight. I do want to see that fight because I would love to see Jon Jones get knocked the F out. Like, who does it? Jon Jones now has the Mayweather effect.
I was going to say, so you're no longer rooting for Jon Jones anymore.
No.
Now it's let's ask get knocked the hell out.
Yeah, I haven't rooted for Jon Jones since he fucked up the third time, right? He got caught with a little bit of weed. He fucked up, they hit a hit and run, whatever. But when he got this third chance and fucked it up with steroids, or I don't even remember what it is, I was like, man, it feels old already because you're not fighting. You're the champion not fighting because you're suspended or hurt or not, and you lose interest.
That is the one thing that has always got me about Jon Jones. It's hard for me to like. I can't name him the GOAT. I can't put him over this guy.
Like Manoff?
No. What's the guy he beat? DC. I
Right.
can't put him over
Cormier.
DC 2-3 times because he tested positive for steroids and cocaine and shit every
Yeah.
time. So for me personally, it's so hard for me to really get on the Jon Jones bandwagon because it's like, damn, how good would you be if you weren't using putting that shit in your body?
Yes.
But really, I can't root for that shit. I'm just sorry. I just can't.
I'm with it, especially now that you have. By the way, you were talking about champions in the UFC, bro. It's not the US anymore. MMA is worldwide. You got 3 African champions in the UFC. You got a Chinese champion in UFC. Several
And a Brazilian.
Brazilians.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who else?
Are there any? Dustin Poirier is the only American champion. Shout out to Louisiana, Lafayette.
USA. USA. Yeah.
Because, and he kicked Conor McGregor's ass to hold it.
Good.
So I'll take it.
And that's probably going to be a trilogy. I don't know what the time is here.
got a few minutes,
smoking problems here.
Got about a minute, actually.
Okay,
yeah.
but that's the next fight. UFC, Dana White's been saying, I am trying to do the trilogy. Poirier versus Conor McGregor. I'm not terribly excited about that.
No,
not really.
Like I said, the lack of competition in the UFC right now is like
They're bringing Nate Diaz back. Like, they don't have competition.
Yeah,
like,
come on.
It's, man. I don't like it. And I'm a big UFC fan. It feels a little boring right now.
we're gonna see what happens. I would like to see Derek Lewis and Ngannou if
Let's
Jon
see
Jones
it.
doesn't
I don't
happen.
mind. Keep
Jon
up.
Jones is scared.
I see
It
it.
is what it is. Look, we gotta go to break.
Yep.
We're gonna pay these bills for the radio show. Those of you who are on YouTube, thank you
Yes.
so much. We love you guys.
We sure do.
We'll be right back. It's the Podheads.
It's the Podheads.
All right, we're back in the cipher. Just playing with this roadcaster.
Yes.
So we went and got us an upgrade in our equipment.
Uncle Biden, bro. Stymie. Stymie.
JB got his stimmy. But yeah, so we went and upgraded our system. We've been looking for something like this for a long time, actually.
Years.
Shout out to Fred Leonard's, the subprime hero, the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Those guys are awesome. But anyway, he's running a Roadcaster Pro, told me about how much easier it's made his life. So we decided to buck over and do the damn thing.
Wasn't cheap.
No, it wasn't. But
I
great
think-
piece of equipment,
Yes. So already, I feel like it's already paid itself in the headaches and the stress. I'm telling you, for years we've been struggling with this kind of situation.
Absolutely.
And now we're here live in the cipher, smoking weed, having a great time.
Yeah, my bad.
Excited.
I'm still learning as the way because I had it on me the whole time you were talking. My bad.
It's all good.
But
It's
yeah.
all good.
Anyway,
Camera
so,
guy over here.
I did want to talk real quick about, paying the bills. WJHM102jams.com,
Yep.
thepodheads.com, all that good stuff. Make sure you show your love, people. Follow, like, subscribe. Let us know how
sir.
you feel about this, too, the broadcast. You know, what can we add? What can we change?
Yes.
We're going to have some more decor and stuff, all that good stuff. Like I said, first run, so appreciate you guys watching us. Anyway, Georgia is changing the game. I'm not sure how I feel about this. JB, I know you're on the fence.
Anytime you say Georgia and changing the game, it's never good. Anything that comes out of Georgia is like that, like first in the nation, is never good. Like, I'm really serious, bro. So go ahead.
What's wrong with Georgia?
A lot. Georgia, I don't have my facts.
Georgia's
and I'm
deep
high.
south still.
Super deep south.
Georgia's
still being foolish. Let me just leave it at that.
Yeah, sure. But let me say this: the move that they're making, I think, is actually kind of progressive. Okay, daylight savings time. Georgia Senate Bill 100 this week. Okay. The State House of Representatives approved the bill. Okay. So it hasn't passed yet, but basically, it's probably going to pass. Okay. But it's a bill to get rid of daylight savings time. So now, back in, I think, the 1970s, daylight savings time really was kind of adapted by Americans.
Yes.
This has, by the way, been being used for over 100 years. People adjusting. And if you're not familiar with daylight savings time, you need to smack yourself.
Fall back.
But basically, yes, spring forward, fall back. In the spring, we push our clocks forward an hour. In the fall, we push our clocks back an hour. And it's to account for the change in the sun, right? The sun rises earlier and sets later.
Sure.
Anyway, Georgia is like, this is bullshit. This fucks with our schools.
This is true.
This fucks with our jobs.
This is true.
And we don't want to deal with it no more. So Georgia is doing away with daylight savings time. What do you think?
Well, okay.
First of all, I didn't think this was possible. I thought daylight savings time was like in the Bible or something. Like
from Abraham himself.
We
over
can't
here.
fucking fuck
no,
with
I
the
believe
time.
daylight savings time is old. Like Romans, I'm
Probably
bullshitting
farmers,
right now.
Since the beginning of farming,
yes, it's to
I'm sure they've been doing
It's to
something.
extend the daylight hours, right? Working hours, business hours, call it what you want. It's to extend it. I get the spirit of it. But it's a motherfucker when you're springing forward and you lose that hour, or in the winter, or before the winter hits, you're leaving at dark and coming home at dark. Like, it really does mess with you, at least for me. So I think that I would appreciate that daylight savings not be, just leave it as it is. I'm sure there's a rhythm to the body that messes it. I mean, from one day to another, you go from 23 hours to losing an hour. Like, it takes me a whole week to get back in from daylight savings time. So, again, I like the spirit, but I think I want to know how you feel, but I think there's more to this behind the scenes here,
dude,
or between the lines.
I'm reading here that 11 other states have adopted.
That's what I'm saying.
In their House of Representatives, Florida being one of them, have adopted these changes, but unless it changes in like the Congress, changes it, then
the Congress of the Feds, the federal Congress.
Yeah.
So like, why even bother with this? That's where I was headed with this. Like, wait a minute. When did I know we're the United States, right? The states have their own government and laws, their own whatever. I understand that. But since when can the states do this kind of thing? Like, changing time. They're fucking
you don't mess with time, right? You don't mess. Isn't that like the number one movie of all rules? Movies. Number one movie of all rules. Number one rule of all movies.
Yeah.
Don't mess with time.
Don't mess with time. What if you're coming from North Carolina or Florida, right?
I think
at
that's
1
the point,
o'clock in
right?
the morning, right?
The FAA. And that's probably why the Congress won't fucking touch it, because the FFA or the FAA, right?
Mm-hmm. You would ruin it, right?
Yeah.
Instantly, how do you know you're crossing the border? Like, when does it what if you're landing? What if they already have 80 different time zones they gotta worry about. Yeah, I like to get rid of daylight savings time. I think it's a good idea in its spirit, but it'll never happen. At least not in this country, because it extends the sunlight, extends business hours. So you can go out at 8 o'clock in the morning, there's sunlight. You can stay out till 8 o'clock at night and there's still sunlight. There's something to be said about that.
Give me
money.
Give me spring forward all year round.
Ew.
No. Give me sunlight
that time, yes.
at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And I'd like it. Well, no, excuse me. I want it to be lighter later.
Lighter later, so you want a longer day. You want your spring forward.
Exactly.
Yes,
I don't care if it's dark when I'm up at 7:30.
So in the winter time, it is going to be a little weird for you. It might be really dark. Is it? Is that how it's going to work?
What's it like for people in Alaska? That's what I want to know.
For months at a time, it's dark. For months at a time, it's sunlight. So how is that for someone who's not used to it? I think I would lose my shit. Like, I think night has chemicals and endorphins.
There's definitely something
and all.
to be said about how time affects there's a something clock, the word of it.
Yeah. Recordian clock. Some shit like that.
Circadian clock. That's it. Yeah.
I had it right
Oh,
here.
we got some love here on Car Guy Coffee is on the
appreciate it,
the guy we were talking about is in the chat. Fred Leonard's the man himself.
For sure. Georgia, man, I tell you. I don't think it's gonna happen because we're the United States, but the Fed government still holds the key, right?
Jeremy Cash from the sneaker division said that it's not good for farmers
What do you mean?
to be messing with the time.
To be not okay,
Right, because they need to adjust in the winter. You know what
for
I'm
the
saying?
crops. Okay, yeah.
They need to adjust. So that's a
Okay.
good point. The sneaker division on YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. Jeremy Cash, that's a good point. If they fuck it up, right, the farmer's gonna have to be doing his work in the dark. No, he needs that time change.
Yeah. So again, the soul's there, the idea is there,
Yeah.
and the states, I can't talk shit about the states doing their own thing because the states have done their own thing with marijuana, and I'm a big fan. Keep doing your state. If the feds aren't gonna do it for yourself. This is completely different. This is time. You don't mess with time, right? This is not an inanimate object. This is something where messes with travel, messes with farmers, messes ultimately with money. And in this country, in this world, fuck it, it's money. Money's power, money's control, and no one's gonna vote their money away. So you're not gonna vote for less hours in the business or something to that effect.
Yeah.
So it's money related. It's not gonna happen. Thanks, Georgia. Nice
Georgia?
try.
No?
Nice
Aw.
try.
You're not a fan of Georgia,
Listen,
JB.
man, I am not.
Have you ever been arrested or having a ticket in Georgia?
No, more
Yeah.
North Carolina than South Carolina than
Oh,
Georgia.
I do not even drive through the Carolinas, bro. I refuse.
I believe
I don't
you.
know if I ever told you
Yes.
that, but I refuse to drive through the Carolinas because I've never had a good experience in either of them.
I've always broken down in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's
So
like the worst place you want to. Wrong turn?
Yeah, no.
Shit like that. You don't want to break down in rural South Carolina.
Yeah, Deep South is still out there. And when I say I talk to Georgia, it's the news that comes out of there, bro. Voter restrictions and gerrymandering, politics, and all that shit that I don't really like to talk about. But it's there. It's such news that it's in my face, and I don't like it, Georgia. I don't like the shit that you're into these days.
Georgia's on JB's list.
My shit list
Y'all
right
better
now.
watch out. He is not fucking around.
Legalize marijuana,
What
and
is
maybe we
smoking?
can talk about it again.
They need to legalize
They need to,
marijuana
bro.
over there.
Texas, what we consider the deep South state are still fully illegal. Florida is medical still, but still fully illegal in places like Texas, Oklahoma, Mississippi. Like, come on,
Speaking
guys.
of, we rolled the wheel. If you're just tuning in, we have our little spinny wheel of destiny here, and we got edibles today. So we started the episode off with some Jolly Rancher gummies.
Yum.
We
Those are
now
delicious.
have in front of us. Do you want to try these Reese's? out?
I do, just for the sake of the show.
Sure. So we have these Weeses. We'll just call it Weeses because the little W. As we have the W as our web show.
Weeses.
So I'm down. I'm
I
in.
like it.
All right, let's do this then.
I think
let's try this out.
I think the weed leaf will work for any letter you want it to work
Yeah.
for. When it has to do with weed, we'll make it work.
Yeah, exactly. So we got a few minutes before our next break, so we're gonna go ahead and break
Okay.
this bad boy
When it comes
down.
to edibles, again, the first one was the gummy Jolly Ranchers and the taste. It's all about the
These
initial
were
bite,
incredible.
the initial
So
taste,
good.
and then how much weed is actually tasted.
Yeah.
And that one, again, top of the notch. It was candy. It was
I can
candy.
definitely feel a little bit because I barely hit a bowl, so I know that what I'm feeling is not the bowl.
Yeah, I'm hyped up.
But I got a little cotton mouth, a little sativa, maybe.
Give me more Reese's, baby. Give me more Reese's. So I'll let you know.
shit.
I'm not I like Reese's Pieces, so I have a very big expectations of these Reese's right now.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
Me personally, I'm not a big fan of the peanut butter chocolate combination.
Reese's in general?
Yeah, like I could take them or leave them.
Okay.
Some people love them. I will destroy a bag of Reese's Pieces if the mood strikes.
Really? What's
If
the
mood
difference?
strikes. It's the same thing with candy corn. I can only eat candy corn one time a year, but do not give me a bag of it because I will kill it.
Oh, it just
Same with
grows.
gummies. I'm like a goldfish when it comes to gummies. I will eat myself sick. You give me a 10-pound bag of gummies, I will eat the 10-pound bag of gummies.
gummy
and
bears.
probably have to go through your emergency room. Yeah.
Sour gummies are one of my favorites too. That's why I enjoyed that first edible. Sour gummies.
It's a little melty, but JB, we're gonna go
okay.
ahead and
Yeah, give it a try.
Here.
I'll take
You
it.
can take a whole one for you.
Oh God, here we
I'll
go.
take a whole
I'll tell you what, it looks
Buttercup for
it
me.
looks like a Reese's Pieces. Like sometimes the Reese's Pieces breaks apart like this,
Yeah.
and this is exactly what it looks
Now,
like.
hold on. We're talking now, not for nothing, because I don't want to dime these guys out, but
What do you
we've
mean?
heard of companies getting in trouble for this kind of
Is
shit, right?
this right?
Is this copyright infringement?
It's Weese's.
Get in the chat. Get in the
It's
chat. Talk to me.
Weese's. No, it's not copyright infringement. It's only copyright infringement if somebody went to the store looking for Reese's and then out buying motherfucking Weese's. Okay, that's the only time you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
Trademark,
they don't
not
sell
copyright.
that at
Trademark.
CVS. You don't go to a head shop and accidentally buy Reese's instead of Reese's.
Okay.
So that's why I don't think this is a problem. But it feels very heavy, actually.
What do you got? Let's go.
right,
Before
I'll
we
give it a
get to
try.
break,
Here we
JB,
go.
first impressions.
Bro, that's a motherfucking Reese's Pieces right there. My Reese's! This is a Reese's Pieces, bro.
Yeah, out of here. All right, let me try this. Let me give this a try here.
Oh,
Hold
that's
on.
good stuff, bro.
We're up
You know
against
what?
it.
That's the thing with edibles. Like, are they fucking with me? Did you even put any weed in this? Because it doesn't taste like it. It doesn't taste like it, bro. Oh my God, Reese's, bro.
Wow.
Yeah,
No.
big ups. Big ups to
This
Reese's.
tastes nothing like weed.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. I'm suspect too.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't
I
let me
think that-
find out that you motherfuckers just straight up are faking everybody
Reese's.
and throwing fucking just regular candy. This does not taste like THC at all.
Yeah,
I
absolutely
could
not.
straight up trick somebody. I want to give this to my mom. Don't tell anybody. I'm
Will she
I'm
freak if she
drug my
finds
mom. I don't know.
I'm
Probably
down.
not. My
if-
mom's pretty chill.
Yeah, she is. That's what I'm saying. Like,
She's pretty chill.
I think we should.
Yeah.
I think we should drug your mom. I'm just kidding, mom. You know we love you. It's just these Reese's Pieces, bro. They taste like candy, and that's the thing with edibles
Ridiculous.
these days.
Yeah.
That they taste like candy. I don't even know what else to say.
I just shoved the whole thing in my mouth. That's what she said.
Hey-o.
I can't even. All right, look, we gotta take a break, JB.
Yep. One last segment. Sorry, guys. Reese's in my mouth. We're gonna talk about rubbing tugs with Deshaun Watson from the Houston Texans in the NFL. So yeah, thank you guys for YouTube. God damn, this Reese's Pieces is
Good
good.
as hell.
I'm like savoring it in my mouth. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be right back, y'all. It's the Podheads, y'all. God. All right, you're back in the cipher with the Podheads. JB Perez, Frank the Tank,
Yeah.
in the cipher at Podheads Webshow on all the social media platforms. You're watching us live on YouTube this time. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe. We're doing this live, and next time we're gonna get on all the other social media platforms. So watch us there too. Who else do I want to say thank you to? WJHM 102 Jams. You know we love you. Let's keep going. One more segment. I'm drooling. I feel the edibles coming in.
Oh, real quick,
My
shout out to
mouth is-
GCW. We haven't said
Ayo.
GCW today at all. Quick shameless plug for those guys.
Indie wrestling, baby.
Yeah, man. I mean, really, if you like independent wrestling, these guys are legit.
Yep.
That's all I can say. I've said it on a million episodes. Every time they're here in Sanford, we go out and check them out. And we'll be there the next time they're out too.
Absolutely.
And we're not talking about, just a couple guys wrestling around on the mat. We're talking about high flying, fast paced action, good storytelling.
If you like wrestling, you will enjoy. You will like GCW. I mean,
it's good stuff.
It's really good stuff.
Matter of fact, they're doing something around WrestleMania weekend. So stay at GCW, Generation Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
You'll be able to look up them on social media and find all that.
That's
good
right
stuff
around the corner, by the way. So that's exciting. Okay,
so let's get into this because this is by far one of my favorite stories of 2021 already.
I need a massage too. You know
So
what I'm saying?
21. Okay, if you're not into the NFL or you haven't heard about this, but 21 women came forward recently, alleging that Deshaun Watson on separate occasions has not molested but sexually harassed them in one way, shape, or form. 21. That is a lot of women. That's a lot of women. But a lot of people are coming forward saying they don't believe it, right? A lot of people, coaches, friends, myself.
I don't.
I said it here on the show. I don't. There's just something about the guy. I just don't believe it. It doesn't seem the type. That's been said a million times, granted. And I think rape and sexual assault, all that stuff should be taken seriously. But I also think that there are people, men, women, that need protection. They need protection from these false claims, these frivolous lawsuits, all right? So 18 women have come forward recently to support Deshaun Watson. 18 massage therapists from various locations have come out and said, hey, he's a good guy. This guy, by the way, the 21 people in the lawsuit against Deshaun Watson is none of them named themselves.
Okay.
None of them wanted to be names at all. And according to this report, I can't remember the name of the lawyer, but the lawyer is a real famous hotshot lawyer out of like Vegas, I think, or something like that. So take that for what it's worth. Nothing against that guy. But ultimately, 18 women have come forward and said everything in those allegations sound like complete bullshit. They put their names out there, put their reputations out there, and said that many of them were laughing. I mean, I'm reading some of these quotes, and it's ridiculous. Sarah Robertson. I started working with Deshaun Watson in 2019 after being referred to him by another therapist. He sent me a screenshot of a diagram of his trainer gave him, like super professional. He asked if I felt comfortable working on his groin and hamstring areas.
He asked that? Okay.
Yes. The stories about the towel, she's laughing because she says that she's the one that told him that you're better off using a towel than like a sheet.
Shorts or
you know what I'm
whatever.
saying?
Okay.
So it's not uncommon for athletes to have their groins, their buttocks, their inner thighs massaged. That's a big problem for therapists.
Yep.
But to me, when you have 18 women coming out and not being afraid to say their names, and I'm not going to bother listing them all, but you can find it. It says something. And all of these women say he was a gentleman. They've never felt any kind of way about feeling uncomfortable. I don't know. Who do you believe? I feel inclined to believe the women that have put their names out there. I already don't believe Deshaun Watson has rapey vibes at all. I don't know. I'm going with my gut on this.
I've never got the rapey vibes from Deshaun Watson. He has a beautiful wife. At worst, maybe he cheated on her. Who knows? I don't know. But I never got that vibe from his personality, his gameplay, his interviews, whatever. Never got that. Now, I kind of chuckle because my question is like, well, you have 18 over here. You have 21 over here. I don't know shit about masseuse, all right? But that seems like a lot of number total. Okay, take that for what you will. All right, why do you need 40 plus different masseuses over what? 2 years time, 3 years time? I don't know. I thought maybe you get 1 good masseuse, 5 good masseuses, 10 good masseuses. But you're looking at like 40 masseuses. So I don't know. I'm a guy that says where there's smoke, there's fire. But I'm also a guy that knows about women who take advantage. Know who he is. No, that's Deshaun Watson. I know he got money, and I just touched him. and I just touched them in a certain spot that it could be construed. Like, I know people who think that way, like trying to get money from things, places, slipping at Walmart. You know what I mean? That kind of mentality. Okay, I know people like that. So my point is, yes, that could very well be true. But where there's smoke, there's fire. There's 40 women now total. Like, it just now starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable. My jacket's a little too tight, Deshaun Watson, because now it's 8. Now it was 18. Now there's a total of 40. Man, I kind of want to see this done.
Well, there's 20,
and the
right?
Truth come
there
out.
was 21 that came forward against him. Now there's 18 saying he's cool.
Sure.
Now remember, this guy probably gets massages every day. Sometimes maybe even multiple massages a day. You see these guys getting worked on the sidelines. That's one. Number two, it's very easy when you start something. Look at with the Me Too movement started, right? Once one starts, everybody else starts. And not always those people aren't always honest, right?
Okay.
Let's not like get rid of the idea. Let's not put it above some women to say, hey, like a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna get this dude for some money. If you're willing to testify with me, I'll throw you something. I'll give you a percentage. You get 18, 20 bitches to
say
I don't mean to call them bitches, but if they're fucking bullshitting, they are bitches. So
Yeah,
if
they're
you
fucked
get
up, bro.
21 women to lie with you. I mean, if I tell you that, I fucking bit into a chicken McNugget and it chipped my tooth, right? And if I say, well, I really did it, but if you
you
I'm
saw
assuming
me.
McDonald's, if you freaking say you saw it happen, I'll give you $1 million. You might be
I'm
inclined
already
to jump
thinking
in.
about it. Right. I'm already thinking about it.
So I think that's the scenario.
Yeah.
I think homegirl had an idea to get paid, and she got some friends to jump on the bandwagon, and that's it. Now I'm sure that these 18 women that have come forward to support Deshaun Watson were sought out by his lawyer.
I believe so.
Let me read you some of these comments though, while we have the time.
Sure, yeah. I mean, definitely, he needs. The great thing about Deshaun Watson right now is he hasn't said a mother effing thing. Thank
Exactly.
goodness. Keep your mouth
He's
shut.
smart. That's what I'm saying. He's a smart guy, which is why the hell would a smart guy go and harass 21 different women in massage places?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, especially after this whole Robert Kraft thing went down.
Oh my goodness.
So,
right. With the whole, absolutely. The whole Me Too movement, whole stuff, everything that's going on in the world.
bro.
The guy's a smart guy.
Yeah, they're telling these players, by the way, right now, be careful when you're out at these places. Don't talk to underage girls. Don't hit
Look at
women.
that.
Don't, get crazy.
So crazy.
These are things that they are preaching to these guys. I don't know.
I don't
Craig,
know either.
I massaged Deshaun Watson 3 times. He was always pleasant. I never had any uncomfortable or inappropriate experiences with him. He often listened to his music and said very little.
Which is probably very likely all the time.
Raina, I frequently observed Deshaun attending sessions with another therapist who works in the same building next door to me. I have never observed Deshaun acting in an inappropriate manner, and he never appeared to make anyone feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
Even says, talking about, let me see. This is Fom Young. I'm assuming like an Asian. I first met Deshaun about 3 years ago. He was a regular of ours. I worked on him twice. Both times, a combo tie and deep tissue massage. He wore boxers for both sessions. I found him to be very polite and respectful. From Dr. Ball. I worked with Deshaun several times, 2019, 2020. He was very quiet during our sessions. Often played his music and zoned out like most athletes.
I believe it.
I mean, just everyone is saying what I believe what
believe
most
it.
guys do. I've gone into a massage parlor. I sit there and
Get
you just
massaged.
listen to music.
Yeah.
You don't do nothing.
Yeah, you
It's
lay
what
there.
everybody does. I don't want to. I'm not trying to like bro out here. I'm not trying to just say because he's a man. But to me, I don't know, dude. Yes, 40 people are talking about this.
It seems to me that he changes masseuses from the story.
Well, he travels, right?
He travels,
He
right.
travels.
So
Okay.
he needs his massage. You said he's a pro athlete, sometimes on the side, but sometimes they only have one masseuse. I need my work. So now it does make sense that he has multiple different masseuses. Men,
Come on,
I
yeah.
heard. Doctors,
Yes.
regular masseuses. So I think
Whoever he can get. Just like a
Whoever.
gym. It's just like a gym. Look, you've got to maintain your shit while you're in the NFL or anything else, right? So you find whether you're a wrestler, an NFL player, a baseball player, if you're traveling, you work out where you can work out. You eat where you can eat. and you get your health taken care of wherever you can get, So those massages, again, you said it. They've probably been to dozens, maybe hundreds of different massage parlors. And could it not be that a few of them got together and just said, fuck it, let's go after this guy?
I remember reading the initial story about this hotshot lawyer. I don't know his name, but the news story tended to harp on that side because he's this kind of guy. Likes to get media attention, TMZ style lawyer, right? Like likes the publicity like more than anything else, or at least that's the vibe that I get from this whole situation. So anyway, you take all this into consideration, jumble it up, and what do you come out with? I think Deshaun Watson is innocent. I think Deshaun Watson has too much to lose, is way too smart of a man, a quarterback with a wife, a beautiful wife with. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, and I just want this done because, again, it feels starting to feel uncomfortable, Deshaun Watson, especially when you're asking for a trade out of Houston. Like, that was the story before this. Deshaun Watson, where's he going to be a quarterback? Maybe the Patriots.
That's a good point because could it not be that some scumbag out there is trying to sabotage his chances to go somewhere else and get paid?
Come on.
Houston. Listen, not for nothing, because you don't mess with Texas, and I'm not trying to mess with Texas.
Hat on.
But there's been a lot of...
Yeah.
Listen, we're not putting people from Texas above anything. There's been a lot of bad stories out there, too. I couldn't believe that some people out there don't want to see him go, trying to screw him, maybe.
Or just want to screw him, period. Oh, you don't want to be here? Fuck you then.
Right?
Let me ruin your life.
Tony Busby, by the way, is the name of the lawyer suing Deshaun Watson.
There you go.
So
and that's the other thing too, that they all have the same lawyer. Now that's not necessarily uncommon, but I've seen many a time
look at his
when
page. Look at these guys.
I got it in my face. I don't even need to see this guy.
This guy said $2 billion. You can't see that right now, but look at that. $2 billion.
$2 billion. Come
right
on.
$2 billion plus collected, licensed in Texas and New York.
What I know of lawyers and TV and movie is that they will maneuver things to get. What am I trying to say here without bashing this guy? Not that they're lying, but they massage the facts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They know when they have a case. And this guy who says he's collected $2 billion looks at that, whether it's true or not, and say, I might have a case here with Deshaun Watson.
So maybe one.
Don't tell me that's not a thought.
Maybe one person. Maybe one girl comes through.
Maybe
right?
one. Truthfully,
right? One girl. Maybe not. Maybe one girl thought she had something, right? Maybe it jumped. Maybe it jumped, right? Let's be honest here, right? Maybe she was around the groin area. She was kind of cute, and maybe it moved a little.
Sure.
Involuntary. I'm not saying it's okay, but maybe he couldn't freaking control it, right? She felt some kind of way. She goes, tells the lawyer, what's the lawyer going to do? I've got to get people to corroborate this. One girl who just felt something move is not strong enough to take this guy down and get millions from him. We need to get more. So now we're going to go out. Can you get girls to vouch? Can you get other girls?
So not even a lie, but just the chase, right? Just the game there. Oh, we can get more. Can
Look
you
at
get
the
more?
3M earplug thing. One guy, a couple veterans come through and say, "Oh my ears," and then the lawyers now they're advertising.
Oh, it's a goddamn class action
Were you in the
lawsuit.
military from this time to that time?
Yes.
Come forward. We'll fucking, I'm sure you've lost hearing some way, shape, or
That's
form.
a great point,
work.
though. It's a class action lawsuit against, Deshaun Watson. Is that what's happening here? It's just, let me see what I can maximize here as a lawyer. I don't want to say lawyers lie, but they do, right? Is this guy lying? I don't think he's lying. I think he's not manipulating, but seeing an opportunity, massaging the facts. Yeah. Did you feel a little bit uncomfortable? You can turn that in front of a judge or a jury and just make it feel like, oh my God, sexual assault or something like that. Again, I'm a big fan of Deshaun Watson. I'm going to take all this together and come out at the other end and say I don't believe it. And hopefully it's not true.
Yeah. I think so. I'm rooting for you, Deshaun. I hope you get free Deshaun Watson. You heard it right here. I'm making the t-shirts. Don't steal the shirts.
Yeah.
Free Deshaun Watson. Get that guy out of Houston. Stay out of the massage parlors for now, bud.
People, come on now.
But that's it, guys. Look, Great show, fun show.
Yes, thank
First
you.
time doing it the way we want to do it here on YouTube.
Yep.
And we're also going to be on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, all that stuff too. So those of you who got on today, we really appreciate the love.
For real.
Super cool of you guys. Again, shout out to the Sneaker Division, Car Guy Coffee Podcast, Bagels and Shade, WJHM,
GCW.
102jams.com, GCW, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
that's
till
a
next
wrap,
time,
guys.
bro. Yeah, thank you guys so much. It's JB, Frank the Tank. Till next time, y'all. It's the Podheads. Peace. Woo! Yeah.
A great marijuana. That is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
Marijuana is referred to as Mary Jane, pot, weed, or tea.
Michoacán and Acapulco